So we've been looking at a lot of lore-friendly cars recently in GTA, and do you know what? I'm a little bit bored of them. I want to actually look at something more realistic. And that is why today I am in what appears to be the slowest accelerating car I've ever driven in this game. Let's just go from a start. I'm just going to start. This is full speed. This is just so incredibly slow. But today we're going to be checking out this. This is a Nissan Sunny, and we also have another version. We have a proper Pulsar GTI-R version as well, and there are a huge amount of tuning parts for both of these. This is going to menus customs here. We have all of these different things here, and then we have like 39 different spoilers. We've got all of these front bumpers and all this stuff, so there is so much to check out in this video. But before we do, we have a message from today's sponsor, Raid Shadow Legends. Create an alliance of epic champions and jump into the world of Talaria in this dark fantasy RPG for mobile and PC, where you collect and train up your champions and equip epic loot to build up the perfect team to fight your way to victory through campaigns, dungeons, and arena tournaments to battle against epic bosses. So I want to upgrade my team of champions, and the best way to get new ones is by opening up shards. So I'm going to open up some ancient shards here. Okay, Soulbund Boyer. I'm trying to get more champions with auras to help boost team stats. So this one's going to be perfect. Already got a Templar, but actually this is good because I can sacrifice him to power up my other champions. Executioner, nice. Now that is a solid team right there. Using the special subscribers link in the video description, new players will get 1 day of XP boost, 1 energy refill, 100,000 silver, and this free epic high elf adjudicator champion to give you a strong start to your team of champions. And for the next 30 days, you'll find even more rewards by checking your inbox regularly. Check it out through the link in the video description. But let's just try and slowly accelerate over to somewhere cool to modify this car. And actually, by the way, if you think the Pulsar GTI-R is going to be faster, get a load of this. So here is the GTI-R version. As you can see, we've got like that really famous bonnet vent right there. I mean, we've got a few different differences with these, like the wheels are different. We've got the rear spoiler, unlike this one. We also have some speakers in the back of this one as well. And of course, the GTI-R badge on the back there. But this is actually also really slow. I don't know what on earth the mod maker was thinking when it came to the handling on this thing, but it is just so incredibly slow. But then when the turbo kicks in, it's actually not that bad. It's still quite slow, but it really picks up with the turbo, so it actually has like a strong 90s turbo lag feel, but I think it's just perhaps a little bit too slow. This is really, really slow. Okay, so let's just jump straight in and have a look at this thing. So actually, I think, I might be wrong in this, but I think that the parts are the same on both cars. So I'm just going to start off with the Pulsar, and then afterwards I'm going to quickly rush through the Sunny and see if there's anything different, just the regular one. And then I'll do a couple of different builds. But we've got a lot to go through here, so let's just start. And I'm going to start off with liveries, just so we can have a quick look at these. So we have the stock, we have the Nismo. We've got some stripes, got Nismo written there, stripes down the side, Nismo and Bride writing on the back there. We have the rally version. This would probably look a bit better if the car wasn't red, but we have this blue, dark red and light red colouring here. Number 18, got a bunch of different sponsors. These are actually, of course, real sponsors. This is not a lore-friendly car, so it does actually say Castrol on this one and NK. I've actually become so used to lore-friendly stuff that this kind of seems odd to me, but there we go. Then we have the Lightning livery, which is absolutely gruesome. I don't think I'm going to be going with a livery on any of these, so I'm just going to have a look at these, and then that's it. And then we have the metal one, which also has the whack of a leaf at the back as well. And also it's got a warning on the outside. Warning, GDM Automotive, please fill with 98 RON fuel. That's very hard to read because it's very blurry. Right, I'm going to get rid of those liveries. We're not going to look at them ever again because I don't really like them. So I'm actually going to go with the details first, and then we'll go for the outside. So we have the seats. We've got 12 different seats. Ooh, I do love a good HKS pattern. That does look good. So we have those. I'm actually going to zoom out a little bit so you can get a better view here. We have the Bride racing seats with the grayscale Bride livery. Well, it's not a livery, is it? It's just the pattern. Then we have some bricks, Thrash pink seats. Never seen these in my life. Is this a real thing? I want to see these now. Then we also have carbon Ah, okay. Well, these definitely look like they shouldn't be carbon because they've got some nice thickness to them. Normally, these carbon seats are a little bit thinner, but that's an interesting look anyway. We also have this in yellow, JDM as fuck. And then we have the white sporty bride seats. These look alright, apart from this bit at the top. Not a fan of the old rising sun thing. Here's the thing, I like the pattern. I like the look. Now I know that a lot of people see that in a very negative way. It's very hard for me to like it anymore. Then we have the purple lizard scale bride seats. Ah, this is kind of interesting. I've been really into like purple car parts recently, so these ain't too bad. Although purple seats, maybe not. Then we also have some green versions. I like the colorway with this. Then we have some black. Oh, I do like the HKS pattern. Maybe not so much the carbon on the seats. Doesn't really fit the shape of the seats. Then we have this, which is just another color version of the HKS pattern. And then we have these Recaro Nismo seats. I'm going to go with the Recaro Nismo seats because I think they suit this car quite nicely. So on the steering wheel, we have the stock GTI-R one. Then we have the Momo racing wheel. And then we have a Nismo racing wheel. I kind of feel like we're going to go for a Nismo theme here, so I'm going to go for that. On the trunk, we have the Pulsar trunk emblem instead of the Sunny version. Now, I believe the GTI-R was only made under Pulsar. I don't believe we had a Sunny GTI-R, but maybe we did in the UK. Huh. Anyway, Pulsars are just cooler just because that is the Japanese name. So I'm going to go for the Pulsar badging. Then on the engine bay, let's just go ahead and open everything up because we didn't actually have a good look at that yet. So there we have our doors. There we have the hood. And there we have the trunk. So there's the trunk, which is pretty smooth looking. There's our doors, looking very good. Got some pattern going on here. Nice bit of tweed. We've even got detail all the way down to the seat rails on this one. That's pretty cool. Even down to the writing of the Recaro on the seat. I mean, no one's going to ever see that unless the door's open. So that's some pretty solid detail. And then on the engine bay, we have this stock engine. So we go from the stock, and then we can have this with the front-mounted intercooler. Obviously, that intercooler's there because of the bonnet vent that's on the top. But I am never a fan of these top-mounted intercoolers. They just look horrible. This just makes the engine bay look so much nicer, so I'm going to go for that. But there is also the SR18DE, which just gets rid of the turbo and is a 1.8 version on the other block. Looks pretty much the same, but it just changes up the piping. But let's just stick with this one. So then on air filters, this is actually going to be intercooler. So we have the large Nismo. We have the large intercooler. This is actually sort of breaking into the bumper, so I imagine this would suit a different bumper that we'll look at later on. We also have these different ones, and then we also have a large air-to-water cooler hidden behind the back, and that one with the Nismo writing on it. I'm going to go for that one. Then on the arch covers, we have the GTI-R grille emblem. Oh, this is not actually arch covers, it's just grills. So we have the GTI-R on the grille. We also have grille-mounted fogs. We have carbon rally hood lights. Oh, okay, hang on. Let's just... Have we got any more engine stuff here? No. Okay, I'm going to close everything back down. Okay, so there's our carbon rally hood lights right there. There's also the grille lights there with the bonnet down and the GTI-R. And then we also have the rally hood lights. I don't really like this look because I always like to go for street cars instead of race car builds generally. But there's a look there, but I'm not sure I'm going to venture with that one in this video, or at least not for this first build. I'm just going to stick with that GTI-R grille emblem right there because I think that looks pretty cool. Then on the antennas, we have the retracted antenna. This is on the roof here, so we actually have the stock retracted or removed. I mean, who listens to radio these days? I mean, if you are, it'd probably be DAB, so you know what? Scrap the antenna. We don't need it. On the trim, we have some R34 style lights. Ugh. Ugh, no. Then we also have this with the eyelashes in different... These are just... Oh, no. No, 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 no. What is this? These look horrible. We also have these with the standard ones. I mean, I'm not really a fan of any of these. They just look so wrong. Yeah, I don't like any of them. I'm just going to keep that stock. That's one thing that perhaps we shouldn't touch. Then we also have some mirrors. Ooh, plastic fender mounted mirrors. That's proper old school. We also have them in painted. We have some aerodynamic mirrors. We also have the needle mirrors. Then we have the aerodynamic carbon. And then we also have the carbon needles. I think, I mean, I do just quite like the stock look, but if we're just going to go for a bit of a modified style, let's just go for that with the body colour. And now we can move on to the big boy parts. So let's start off with the spoiler. We already have a pretty big spoiler. We can get rid of it if we want to make it look a bit more like the original normal Pulsar, the normal Sunny. We have the R34 spoiler. I don't like these sort of spoilers on hatchbacks. Not really a fan of that. We also have the track wing. I have a feeling that I'm not going to like a lot of these wings. Then we have this one right here. At least this one's sort of mounted a bit better and not just stuck on top. So this one actually looks aesthetically pleasing a bit more. We also have the peeler. Oh, it actually does look like a carrot peeler. We have the razor. That one's a little bit better. That one's more like it, although it still looks like, I don't know, it looks like a cowlick haircut. You know what I mean? Where it just, someone has like a bit that just goes up at the front. We have the shiv. Just another weird looking one. We have the stinger. Got some interesting names for all of these. We have the revolver. Oh. I have a feeling that the mod maker has pretty much just taken spoilers from every single car going and just bolted them on, sometimes with just these bolted parts here. This does it very weird. The pedestrian. This one's at least a bit more okay. Not really my style though. It just looks, I think it's this curve at the top. Because there's like a curve with the curve of the window. And so all of these just look a little bit weird to me. I feel like whatever spoiler we go to has to cover this top part of the window. Then we have the T-bone. We have the bruh. We have the Palimpa. Not a fan of that either. This is the growler. The slammer. The pirate. Oh man, I'm not liking any of them. We have the crab. We have the patriot. Oh, I'm so worried that I'm just going to pick the standard GTI-R spoiler. The thing is, I really like the GTI-R in just its standard form. I've never really looked into these as modified cars before, but none of these spoilers are doing it for me. None of them just have anything going for them. Oh man, it's a shame though. It's good though, because we do have a lot to pick from. So if any of you like any of these sort of things, there's a lot to choose from, but it's also a shame that I haven't liked any of them so far. Oh man, yeah, these are all just not good. Let's just finish off with the last few. Maybe we'll have a good one at the end. Although I have a feeling, as we're getting to the last one, no. See, the thing is, the way that this is designed, as I said, with the curve going round here, I think that this spoiler just makes sense. It just hides a lot of that look. Yeah, I just want to go for the stock spoiler. Oh dear, this is not turning out great for me so far for a special custom build. I think in the next one, I think we will go for a racing one, so I'll go a bit mad for the next one. So on the front bumpers, we actually have some nice options here. We've got the track front splitter. We've got the GTI-R front bumper with lip. We also have this with the intercooler cutout. This is going to be good for those big, massive intercoolers we looked at. In fact, let's just go and grab one of those, shall we? There we go. Now that fits in. Jesus, that is mad. Actually, that medium one definitely looks a little bit more suitable, but that is mad looking. That is so 90s. Okay, I'm going to keep that large one just for funsies. Then we have the Orion front bumper. Actually, this is probably already a bad idea. Yep. Yeah, let's just keep for one of these ones that just sort of hang out in the background. Then we have this Orion front bumper. It looks absolutely awful. This sort of design, this should be kept for like hot rods or like 50s American cars. This does not suit this car at all. We also have the strike front bumper. It does look familiar as a kit, but it doesn't really work with this. This sort of like, this makes me think of like parts from Need for Speed or something. Oh, by the way, I am still intending to do videos on the old Need for Speed games. I've just got to get around to it. Then we have the R34 front bumper. That actually works. Out of all of them so far, that one, I think it's just because it's also Nissan designed. That one's not too bad. Then we also have this one with the R34 top secret front bumper. Not so much a fan of that one. We have the GTI-R front bumper with the intercooler cutout and lip. We also have the generic Sunny front bumper. That one with the lip, if you wanted that look. Or front bash bars. I think I'm going to go for the R34 front bumper. It's different. I mean, I do really like the stock front bumper. And I do actually like this track front split a bit. Oh man, I also like this. Oh man, I can't decide. Actually, it seems like I'm going for this Nismo stuff. I feel like this is going to be like a not too overly modified car. Perhaps this is something more that I would do if I had this car in real life. So I'm just going to go for this one. On the rear bumper then, we have the stock. We have the lowered rear bumper. Just adds a little bit down the bottom there. We have the rear bumper with rally mud flaps. Okay. Oh, no. That is not a good look for anyone. Then we have the strike. I mean, that's not a good look for anyone either. It doesn't really suit the body lines for this car. We have the shadow rear bumper. Again, there's just something about it I'm not feeling. Then we have the R34 rear bumper, which just sort of just adds in the bit where the number plate's supposed to be. That is, again, very, very weird design. Then we have this one. Oh man, I'm not liking any of these parts, but there's so many parts that I want to like something. I think that this lowered rear bumper is perhaps as far as we're going to go. I'm not sure if that diffuser matches this build. I think I might just go for either the stock or that one. I'm actually going to go for the lowered rear bumper just so I've made some sort of change, but I don't know. On the side skirts, where's it sunnier? This side. We have the lowered. We have the Orion. Oh. This has to be for Need for Speed. It looks really familiar. Then we have the strike. Then we have the shadow. Then we have the R34. The June. The Abflug. The Top Secret. The Nismo. Or the Rally Mud Flaps. Now I did say I was going to go for Nismo all round, but I'm actually not feeling that. I think the R34 side skirts is a bit better, but then it doesn't line up with the lip at the bottom. Actually, I think I'm going to go for this one. I'm just going to go for the Nismo. Why not? On the exhaust, we've got 14 options. We have the stock. We have the twins. We have the bent upwards. We have the medium bore. We have the twin tip catback. We have the large bore catback. Does this actually change anything underneath? So it isn't actually a catback or anything because there's no exhaust pipe going round here. In fact, looking at this pipe, this is actually just a straight through exhaust. There is no cat at all, or anything from the cat, or a decat, or anything. It's just a straight pipe. We also have the cross-eyed, which is how does that work? What is that? Oh, I see. It's sort of like pointing. Oh no, that is not a good look. Then we have the conjoined oval. Then we have the large twin bores. We have the fart can. This is a classic one with the Pulsar. I think we might have to go for that one, even though it is intersecting the bumper just a little bit. We also have this one. We have the huge heat-stained titanium fart can with the catback exhaust system, just another catback for some reason, and then the cat-eyed oval. I think fart can, and let's get a rear bumper and go back to stock because it's intersecting on that one. So on the chassis, we have the options of roll cage. So we can just go for that. That's going to add in a full roll cage. I think we'll go for that one. This is going to be a nice street weapon, but also not too crazy. Then on the grille, we have the stock. We have the blank. Ah, okay. So actually, we can still keep that GTI-R badging, even with the blank, which is actually a really nice combo. Although I do like the stock grille. This is just one of those cars where I just like everything that's stock. We have the R34 style grille. We have this with the GT. Ah, see, now that was definitely a thing that I saw back in the 2000s and the 90s with these, was people would have the GTR badge on the grille. We also have that with the R34 style grille. Oh yeah, oh, this was the one that we used to see. This was the Pulsar badging. Yes. Okay, I'm gonna go for the Pulsar badge, but let's see what else we've got. We've got the stock generic one, Pulsar, and then blank. I'm gonna go for that Pulsar grille. That is the winner. Then onto the hood, we have the flat version, not very GTI-R. We have the Need for Speed style hood. We have the Aero hood, the vented, the GTI-R carbon, and then all of these in different... What happened with that carbon there? What is going on with that? Well, you cannot have a GTI-R with anything other than this. So I'm going to go for that. Then on the roof, we have this one. I mean, I'm not really going to go for these, but just to show you what we got here. These would suit more if we actually had... Oh, this is actually a full carbon skin. This is a full molded carbon thing. That's actually a pretty solid part. Ah, see, that was what I was sort of hoping it was not going to be. This one looks cool, but not on this build. We also have the roof-mounted spare tyre. I'm going to keep that stock. This has turned out to be a very stock-looking car, I've just noticed. Actually, I wonder how fast we can get now that we've upgraded all this stuff. We also have the suspension. Paints, I'm actually going to make this black. Just because there was one that used to go around that I used to see when I was a kid. It was a black Pulsar GTI-R. So I'm going to go for that. But annoyingly, this has got a bunch of plastic bits where I would have hoped that could have been made to be solid and coloured paint. That's a shame, actually. I really wish that we could have had that be matchable with the paint colour. I mean, it's nice that we have the plastic. I just really wish we could have had the option. On the extras, there's an extra which I cannot see anywhere. Nope, don't know where it is. Oh, no, it's the front plate. Okay, we'll keep the front plate off. Why not? Stick the turbo on. And let's find some nice wheels. Now, at the moment, I currently only have the wheels that we checked out recently and none of the original law-friendly stuff. So, oh, dear God. Oh, actually, hang on. I think I did actually put the law-friendly wheels mod back on. Okay. But these turbo fans are not a solid look for this car. That's so weird, because we didn't see these last time. Am I going mad? Yeah, there's like a bunch of wheels that I don't remember seeing from the other video. How strange. Okay, I'm going to go for these, because these definitely look very 90s. I think they go well with the car. I just don't know what colour we should do them in, unless we do it like matching black. Actually, that's too much black and then grey from the plastic, which I'm not a fan of. So I think I might just keep those white. On V-Stancer, I'm really just going to drop it just a little bit. I'm not going to do anything more than that for this particular build. And let's see how fast this is. This does actually already feel quite slow. Okay, here it is. And go. Yeah, this is still slow. Oh man, when the turbo kicks in, it definitely has some speed. Oh, here we go. It's just... Oh, that was terrible driving on my part. Actually, this does look pretty cool. I do love how that looks. Just without that bumper, let's just fix that. Yeah, this is a nice look. This is very 90s. Man, this has got some turbo lag. And this really cannot turn for toffee. This is really bad understeer on this thing. Man, the handling on this car really makes it seem like a pig. Like I'm steering hard right and hard left. Ugh, ugh, ugh. Oh, the handling on this car is just awful. Right, I am going to see if we have any extra parts on the Sunny. And if not, I'm just going to make a build out of it. So, let's go. Okay, and here we are. I decided to go for a very rude boy, max power 90s look, but with a modern twist. And by that, I mean I went for like the solid color blocking on the wheels with stance, with stretched tires and everything else. But I went for like the lowered look on the rear bumpers, on the side skirts as well. I went for this big massive fart can and that on the front as well. I've got to say that all the colors look really strange because we've got this plasticness that just sort of clashes. It just doesn't look like it fits right. The same problem happens here. It just doesn't fit right and just looks really weird, which is a huge shame. But yeah, this is like a modern take on a 90s style. I do wonder if this will ever be a look in like the real car scene where people start to go a little bit max power, but they just add the stance ingredient to it instead. I don't know, I think that's definitely a thing that people are going to start doing. And of course, this thing is incredibly slow and also buggy because it is absolutely slammed to the ground. Yeah, this thing is not fast at all. I've got to say though, I'm actually very much in love with this. It does look so nice. It doesn't need all the extra tuning parts for it. But I'm going to do one more. Why not? Seems we've already taken this long. Let's do one more. I'm going to do one more of the Pulsar GTI-R. Let's give it a go. Okay, and here is the third and final build. And I decided to go for just a full-on rally look to see how it looks. And I actually went for like stock wheels and stuff, stock ride heights, just so that this looks a bit more usable. And what I've also done is I've made it fast. I basically just turned up all the stats. Ooh, in menus custom. It's got a very weird way of turning this car. Maybe it's supposed to be that way for drifting or rally style handling, but I don't know. It's very strange. Mind you, I guess this is supposed to be four-wheel drive, so... Although, actually, no, this is rear-wheel drive, although it's supposed to be four. But there we have our rally version, which now that I'm just going to leave those behind, although I do love that Pulsar GTI-R in black with the white wheels. That is so awesome. I do love how that looks, but I'm going to leave it because I'm just going to go straight into the mountains. There we are. That is a bit more at home now. Although the handling on this is just so strange. I can't get over the handling for this thing. It just doesn't want to turn. Oh, and I've just spent all that time getting here and... no, we're back. Okay, you just have to use a lot of handbrake and a lot of feather in the throttle, and actually, no, it still doesn't turn. Well, there we go. That is a very detailed mod with lots of tuning parts, and because of my own personal tastes, I ended up picking mostly stock parts. So I'm sure the mod maker hadn't intended for people to only do that. However, that's just how my my tastes have taken me. Maybe you guys like to have yours a bit more hardcore tuned, in which case this mod is going to be great for you guys, as there's plenty of stuff to do on it. But there we go, that's a long one. My voice is dying, my throat really hurts, so I guess it's time to end the video. You can check out links in the video description to check out Raid Shadow Legends and all of that sort of stuff. But until next time guys, goodbye.